At least 1,091 people have died from the virus in Colorado. To remember, these aren't just numbers. Today, the state wants to take a moment to honor those lives. Eddie Randall is joining us from his home this morning. And Eddie, tonight they're going to remember those lost.
Yeah, that's right, Corey. You said it. Governor Jared Polis is asking communities to come together to remember those who lost their battle to COVID-19. So tonight they're asking that that the counties along the state capitol and the city, they're all going to be turning on their lights and turning their lights red at 7 o'clock to pay tribute to the more than 1,000 Coloradans that have died from COVID-19. So the governor says that you can participate by wearing protective face coverings or masks to show your support. So far, here's a look at the numbers. More than 20,000 COVID-19 cases here in our state, over 3,700 people hospitalized, and more than 1,000 deaths. Thursday marked the 60th day of COVID-19. During a news conference, Mayor Michael Hancock talked about the impact the virus has had here in Denver, where over 200 people have died. Here is a quote from Governor Jared Polis that you see right here on your screen. He says, "Too many Coloradans have lost family members and friends to this deadly virus." And he says, "We honor and celebrate their lives, especially because so many victims could not get a proper funeral, remembrance, and wake." Governor Polis has asked police and fire departments to also participate in this day in remembrance and turn their lights on tonight at 7 o'clock for 1 minute. He says people can also participate by posting about this day of remembrance on their social media. They're just asking that everyone participate, Corey, and show tribute and honor for those who lost their lives to COVID-19.